In the name of Allah, hello my dear students in distance learning by Mr. مسعد Sabir and the English supervisor Mr. Ahmed Shubin. Allows private school for boys. Our lesson today is for Traveler 2, lesson 11, pages 22. Our lesson today is about exercises. Like I told in the last video, my dear students, now let's go to your notes. Please, my dear students, open your notes on page 22. On exercises. As you see in exercise A, read the situations and make negative questions. As I told you before, there are two uses for the negative questions. Number one, when we want to express about surprise. Number two, when we expect the listener agree with us. And I told you before that the negative question starts with auxiliary verb or helping verb plus not, and after that the subject, then the main verb and the complete of the sentence or of the question. Now let's see these two questions about negative questions. They are two situations, and I'd like you to make negative questions for each one. Number one, you're surprised that your brother doesn't know how to use a cash machine. What do you say in this situation? You're surprised that your brother doesn't know how to use a cash machine. What is the negative question we can use to ask about this situation? And number two, you see a man who you think went to the same school as you. What do you say to him in this situation? I'll give you 1 minute to think carefully and give me negative questions for number one and number two. Okay, let's see the answers for the two situations. Situation number one, you are surprised that your brother doesn't know how to use a cash machine. I will ask him, can't you use a cash machine? Can't, it's helping or modal verb plus not, and followed by the subject pronoun you, and then the main verb use and the complete of the question. So the negative question here, can't you use a cash machine? Because you are surprised that he can't use the cash machine, so we must ask him this question. Number 2, you see a man who you think went to the same school as you. Here we expect the listener agree with us. So we use the helping verb did plus not and the subject pronoun, then followed by the main verb go and the complete of the sentence. But why we use did not and we don't use don't or doesn't? Because the sentence here is in the past. As you see, the verb went. So the negative question must be like this: didn't we go to the same school? Here we expect the listener agree with us. Now let's go to another exercise. And this exercise is about question tags. As I told you before, if the main sentence here in affirmative case, we must use the question tags in negative case. And if the main sentence in negative case, like you see in this sentence, the question tag here must be in affirmative case. And I told you that if there is not a helping verb, we must look at the main verb to take the modal verb, the helping verb, do or does or did. And if the sentence in negative, we put them do, does, did. And if the main sentence in affirmative, we use them don't, doesn't, didn't. And followed by the subject pronoun, we can't use the names or the nouns, and we must use the pronouns instead of them. Now look at this exercise and think of the answers. Number 1, A. Saud, you went to the bank today. What is the question tag for this sentence? B. No, you didn't tell me to go. What is the question tag for this sentence? 2. He replies and said, yes, I did. B. Sorry. A. You can go tomorrow. We want here a question tag 2. B. Of course. Now think and give me the answers for these sentences. Okay, good, my dear students. In the first sentence, we use didn't you. Why? Because the main verb here went in the past and it is in affirmative case. So we use the question tag in negative case and followed by the subject pronoun you. In the second one, we use did you. But why we use did you? Because the helping verb here didn't, it's in negative case. So in the question tag, we must use it in affirmative case. Like you see, it becomes did. And the subject pronoun you. And in the last one, you can go tomorrow. Here we use can't you because the modal verb can here in affirmative case, so we use it in negative case in question tag and followed by the subject pronoun. Now let's go to exercise 2. It's for question tag 2. A. The banks are closed today. Here we must use a question tag. My dear students, please pay attention. B. Yes, but there is a cash machine around the corner. You've seen it. Here we need question tag 2. A. You're right, I'll go there. B. You won't be long. Here we want a question tag 2. A. No, I just need to check something. B. You don't have internet banking. Here we want a question tag 2. And he replies and said, no, I don't. Please, my dear students, pay attention and give me the answers for these sentences. Okay, very good. The right answers for these sentences: the first one, we used aren't they. But why? As I told you before, the helping verb here are, it's in affirmative case, so we use it here in negative case, and followed by they instead of the banks, because the banks plural noun. Here we use haven't you. Why? Because in the sentence he used have, it's in affirmative, so we use the question tag in negative, like you see, haven't instead of have, and followed by the pronoun you. And in this sentence, the modal verb or the helping verb here is want, and it's in negative case, so we must use the question tag in affirmative case. Like you see, we use will instead of want, and followed by the subject pronoun you. And in the last sentence we use do you. Why? Because here the helping verb don't in negative case, we use the question tag do in affirmative case instead of don't, and followed by the subject pronoun you, as you see, my dear students. At the end, my dear students, I'd like to thank you for your follow. I hope you answered all the questions about the negative questions and the question tags correctly, and wrote the answers in your notes. Thank you, and follow me in the next video about lesson 12, page 23. Thank you and goodbye.